What's going on, YouTube? Whoa, something fell. What is good, YouTube? Something just beeped. Let's start that again. What is good, YouTube? My name is Tyler Rossmann, and you are watching Tross Films. This video is all about the reason specifically as to why I actually moved from Minnesota to Arizona, especially during this current time of the pandemic going on. I am in the apartment right now in Arizona, and I wanted to go a little bit more in depth with the reasons as to why I specifically moved, because I didn't really address it in my last video, but there were a different amount of components that brought this decision to be a thing. As you can clearly see, this is not my usual setup and it's feeling a little weird. That's why I'm kind of moving around a little bit. The main reason as to why I moved down to Arizona was specifically because I've been in a long distance relationship for a very long time. For those that might not know, I've been dating Lauren for a while now. We started dating back in 2017. We did break up once, but got back together, and have been doing long distance since the duration she has been in Arizona herself for getting her doctorate of physical therapy. So while she's been in school, I've been at home in Minnesota working, and we've been doing this whole long distance. For those that have been in a long distance relationship, you know it definitely wears on you, and it's just very challenging, definitely as the relationship progresses, and we just felt that it would be best to be together. And so that's kind of why specifically I chose Arizona. Not necessarily because I wanted to be here, but because of Lauren and wanting to separate the distance. So the second reason is now talking about work. For those that do know, I've been a performance coach with a gym in Minnesota for just under 2.5 years now. And when COVID hit in March and it was declared an actual pandemic, I was shortly thereafter laid off of work. But for me specifically, when I was offered a position back, I did not fully agree with what my new role would be. And it was something different than what I previously was doing. And I just didn't really feel super comfortable doing that. And so that kind of also led me to thinking about, like, do I want to go back into coaching? Do I want to stick with this? If I do go back into coaching, my role would be different and there'd be added responsibilities of different things. Do I really want to do that? And I felt it was in my best interest to decline that and then therefore get on with moving. And the last kind of reason is regarding where I was generally with my life. For those that have known me, I have ultimately been at home for 4 years, and that's definitely longer than I had originally intended when I came back for treatment. There's nothing wrong with that. I totally loved every ounce of my time. Being able to spend time with my mom especially was really big. But the thing for me is that I'm a very adventurous soul and I have a big spirit. I know a lot of other people are like that as well, but for me, it's hard for me to feel like I'm comfortable in a specific period or place. And I felt like I was getting very, very comfortable with where I was at. And there was something that just kind of in tune, like inside me, really didn't feel right with that. I felt like I wanted to try something new. I've been really excited and feeling like there's more that I could be doing. Just kind of getting, used to a new place will stimulate new change inside you. It'll create new ideas, new adventures, new experiences. You can learn more. And I really want to keep learning. I want to keep developing myself. I want to keep trying new things and get out of my comfort zone. For me, I try my best to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. And therefore, I felt a big, long change and thing like this at this time in my life would be beneficial. Amidst this COVID pandemic, I've actually really retracted myself, as you may have seen in previous videos. My depression and anxiety have fluctuated, and I've just really spent a lot of time away from social media. I've been kind of more enclosed, a little bit more reserved. And for me, saying goodbye is extremely hard because I really develop genuine relationships as best I can. And for people that really do mean a lot to me, it's extraordinarily challenging. I get very emotional when I have to say goodbye because I feel like when I say goodbye to people, I feel like it's the last time I'll see them. And I know that's a little not true, but I always think what if something happens? What if they get sick? What if I get sick? What if someone gets hurt? What if someone's in an accident? My head always thinks like that. So whenever I say goodbye, I honestly imagine that I'm never gonna see them again. So goodbyes for me are very hard. Leaving during COVID, during stay-at-home order and quarantine, making sure that I cannot hug people, I felt okay leaving in that kind of regard because I knew that if I was gonna say goodbye, there'd be a lot of people that I would say goodbye to. I knew it would be really emotional, even more so. And I just didn't really want to expose myself to those people. I didn't want to risk anyone getting sick. I did not want to risk my health or anyone else's health. So I decided that I would be a little bit more comfortable and okay with leaving during a pandemic because of these kind of health concerns, and because people are a little bit away, and also just because of, it's hard for me to say goodbye. And on the announcement side of things, I'm gonna be starting a content creator series for people that are gonna be wanting to try and create content on their own. One of my friends and previous now coworkers, Gunnar, who you may remember from some of my previous CrossFit videos a couple years ago. So Gunnar reached out to me and was like, hey, Tyler, I'm wanting to try to make more content and, shoot and edit and learn kind of things like that. Like, how do you do certain things? And he asked me a lot of awesome questions. And in doing so, I thought it'd be kind of beneficial to help other people. So if you're watching or maybe have questions or something like that, or wanting to get into content creating, and this means content creating specifically regarding videos, but also for YouTube, but also for Instagram or for other platforms that you might be wanting to do, if you want to create something around a brand or a topic or a niche of any sort. So that video series is actually going to be starting very soon. I've been working on that and I'm excited for it because it's actually really cool, and I think that a lot of people will benefit for it. So definitely subscribe and check that out in the future to come. Get excited. As always, my name is Tyler Rossmann. Thank you so very much for taking the time out of your day to watch. It does mean a lot, and I'll catch you on my next adventure. Peace out from Arizona. Wow. Ciao.